Good morning everyone, myself As Muhammad Khan and I welcome you with today's segment, and today's segment is related to optics students. Optics, yes, the subject that we are studying now, it comes in the category of optics. So what is optics? Optics is the branch of science that deals with the light and light related objects like the spectacles, mirrors and our human eye. All these things come in the category of optics, and the person who study about the optics is known as optician, and the branch of science that deal with the structure of human eye is known as optology. So today we will discuss about the optics, and the first topic of today is law of reflection of light. Yes student, about this topic you have studied in your 8th class. So today again we will discuss on this topic and you will revise that what is the law of reflection. As you know that when the light falls on the particular object, then from there it is reflected, and that is due to the reflection, and that phenomena is known as reflection. So the light rays that fall on the particular object, those rays are known as incident rays. Incident ray. And the rays that are reflected are known as reflected ray. And there is also one line is drawn in between of these rays, and that line is known as normal. So what is the first law of reflection? That incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lie on the same plane. And you can see here that incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lie on the same plane. They are meeting on this point. So they are meeting on the same plane, and it is known as first law of reflection. Now what is the second law? Incident ray angle and the reflected ray angle are equal to each other, means they are equal to each other. Incident ray angle is always equal to the reflected ray angle, means incident ray angle is always equal to the reflected ray angle. Now if we will measure this, then both the angles will have the equal angle, student. So it is the second law of reflection. Now this reflection phenomena plays very important role in the case of mirror, student. There are the three types of mirror: plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. In your syllabus there is concave and convex mirror. These concave and convex mirror come in the category of spherical mirror, student. Why they come in the spherical mirror category? Because they are the part of a spherical glass. They are the part of spherical glass, and that glass body is polished from one side. It may be outer side or it may be inner side. So according to that, we categorize the spherical mirror into two types: concave and convex. Now what is the definition? What is the correct definition that you will write? A section of hollow spherical surface. A section of hollow spherical surface of a glass whose outer or inner surface is polished is known as spherical mirror, student. So These mirror means concave and the convex mirror are the part of spherical mirror. They are the spherical mirror. Now we come, like this is a hollow glass. In this part is polished from outer side. Is polished from outer side, or it is painted by outer side. And this polish, now this part, this inner surface works as a reflecting surface, means from here the light will be reflected. So this is known as reflecting surface, and this mirror is known as concave mirror, student, concave mirror. So what is the definition of the concave mirror? You can write in this: concave mirror is the mirror in which the outer surface is polished and inner surface is reflecting. That spherical mirror is known as concave mirror. And the mirror or the spherical mirror in which inner surface is painted or polished and outer surface is reflecting, that particular mirror is known as convex mirror. Now we come on the another nature. Concave mirror is also known as converging mirror, student. It is known as converging mirror, concave mirror. Convex mirror is known as diverging mirror. Now we come on the, why do we call it the converging mirror? Because the light is converged here. Light is converged, means they meet or they are centralized on one point with the help of concave mirror. That's why this concave mirror is known as converging mirror. But in the convex mirror, the light is diverged, or light is spread. That's why the convex mirror is known as diverging mirror, student. So there are the two type of spherical mirror that are in your syllabus: concave mirror and convex mirror. Now we come on this polished part. This polished part play very important role because that mirror is polished with the help of that, and from that it reflects the light. And generally the metal that is used in the polished surface, it is silver, student. You will learn it, and it is the most important question related to exam point of view. So this polished surface have which metal? It is silver, Ag. So silver metal is polished here, from where the light is reflected. In the concave case, this polished surface is from outer side, and in this it is in inner side. And which metal is used here? It is silver. That's why generally the mirrors are expensive, student. There are the two type of mirrors. Some are cheap, some are expensive. Why are they expensive? They are expensive due to the polishing of silver, because the silver is expensive, na? That's why. So these are the two types. Now we come one by one the definitions or the terms that are related to these mirrors, student. These mirrors. So now we will discuss about them. So student, now we come on the terms that are related to spherical mirror. So the first term is principal axis. It is an imaginary line that passes from the center of curvature to the mirror, and the point where it meets is known as pole. So we can say that the pole is the midpoint of the mirror. This is known as pole. This point is known as pole, and this imaginary line is known as principal axis. So what is the principal axis? Principal axis is an imaginary line that is passed through the center of curvature, and the center of curvature definition is The midpoint of a holospherical mirror is known as center of curvature. Now we come on the radius of curvature. The distance from center of the curvature to the pole is known as radius of curvature. This distance from this C to P, this distance is known as radius of curvature. And what is the formula of the radius of curvature that you can use? R is equal to 2F. Here the F is focal length, student. Means what is the focal length? Focal length is the distance. Focal length is the distance from the pole to the center to the principal focus. Now what is the principal focus, student? Principal focus is the point from where all the light that are reflected are meet or are appear to meet. Like here in the case of the concave, they meet with each other, but in the case of convex, they are appear to meet with each other. So it is the focal length, means the distance in between the principal focus and the pole is known as focal length, and it is the relation in between the radius of curvature and focal length. So now we have discussed all the definitions or the terms that are related to spherical mirror. In our next segment, we will discuss about the ray diagrams related to concave and convex. With this, we will also discuss the uses of concave and convex mirror in our daily life. So thank you very much and have a pleasant day.